have mentioned a lot about soil test. So somebody listening to this will say, what is soil test?
Oh, soil test. Soil test is, I'll just put it because I'm not a geochromatic person, but I'll put it like, soil test is trying to sample the soil texture of your property, of your land space. Now, soil test is also something that is key that you need to do. So, for soil test, always determine the type of foundation you do. So, when you engage,
and how deep the foundation will be, and how it will spread.
Yeah, aspect.
Good.
So,
and what is required of it.
Yeah, because soil test will tell you the depth you're going. Will tell you the kind of soil. They'll tell you the type of soil you see at different levels. And soil test is really key for me as an architect and an experience in building. Soil test is really key for me because I have had an experience whereby we did a soil test and at 6 meters we met an hardcore. I was so happy. Then about a month later, I don't know, I felt restless and I had to do a confirmatory soil test, which means double check. And when we double checked, they got to 6 meters, they met an hardcore and said, no, go deeper. They said it's hard, I said go deeper. And when they went deeper, we met water. Which means if we are built on that platform, there's tendency that the building will collapse or fail. Okay. So soil test is really key. When you do your self test, there's some land you will see, and oh, this land is going to be street foundation, it's going to be pad, it's going to be grass, it's going to be, you can see it from your head, but the soil test guides you to exactly what you should do. Even though it's going to be raft, it tells you the depth of your raft. Even though it's going to be pad, it tells you the depth of your width, the depth and the strength of your pile. It tells you that. So soil test is really, really key. And Lagos State right now has made it mandatory for you to submit a soil test alongside
your submission. So as to compare what you have done in your drawing and what the soil test
is. You are actually complying with the soil test results.
Okay, so now this soil test, who is meant to certify it? Is it meant to be certified for you to submit, or you should just submit?
Just submit for me. Make sure it's coming from a professional.
A professional.
There are all professionals that does it. They are geochromatic team. They do it. They just do it, and the people also, the professional also sign and see. So his name is on it. So he himself cannot do it. So sometimes they even I've had time where they called the person at last bar. I was talking and they said, this thing is not keeping off. Like I said, I've worked in this area before. It's deeper than this. Okay, let's call the guy. I checked and they called him and told them, sorry, no, that's the depth. I can my stamp is that that's the depth I stick to it. His stamp is sticking it out for that information. So his stamp is sealed.
Yes, sir. Alright, so sometimes you discover that you get to, because of the time it takes for this building registration number to be out, for you to commence your construction, you discover that some people are moving to sites. They're mobilizing to sites. They're already working. How can you?
Oh gosh! Oh, you're making me really, really deal with my friends today. Okay, I'll deal with them anyway. Now, you're not allowed to use the site without your letter.
Okay.
After your approval, there's a letter we call Authority to Commence, which comes from LABSCA, Lagos State Building Agency. It basically means that they will check everything you've done to see that you apply, and they give you the letter saying you can start. Now, how they do it to go and start without that letter? I'm going to say I don't know. I'm going to say that right now. I don't know, because it's actually wrong.
To commence?
Without authority to commence, without a comprehensive document and a copy from LABSCA that you want to commence. Now, Lagos State, LABSCA has been taking this really serious with a lot of buildings, locking them up for starting without that letter. They are doing it.
Is that bad?
It's that bad. They are locking up site, and they see they lock the site up, and it's a lot of money to your ceiling alone. I think on ceiling is almost about 500 to 1 million. Once they seal up the site, for you to unseal it, it's about 500. They're doing it.
So is that a standard?
It's standard. It's standard. You have to go and pay to the. It's not. You're not paying individual. You're paying to the
government.
To government to get your receipt, and they unseal for you. So but people still find a way around it. People go anywhere around it, they come, they seal it, and it goes on. But the standard rule is that without letter of authority to commence by Lagos State, you are not meant to site.
Okay, so now, you discover that you get to some site, like the project at hand, you see the officials coming on regular basis. When they come, what do they actually come to do?
No, Sam, now, this is one thing that we all do that we don't know we are paid for. When they are sending you your assessment, there's a place they call stage certification.
Okay.
You paid for it.
Yeah, okay, it's part of the payment
Yes, you don't
make at that initial stage.
Now, Lagos State says for every structural element you are doing, before you cast it, you need to come and see and make sure that you comply with the drawings.
You have to invite them. You have to even
officially invite them with a letter.
In the project I've handled, you have to write them.
Of course, we write them.
You have to invite them.
You have to write them and put a date you want them to come. They will come, they will check. If it's not okay with them, they tell you don't cast. And once they say it's okay, they give you a letter of certification that okay, this is fine, you can cast. And those letters, you're supposed to submit all, if you're casting 5 slabs, you
show letter showing that
they came to visit your site for each casting. It's an amazing exercise for me because
that's where the regulation comes.
Yes, it's an amazing exercise for me because even you as an engineer or whatever, you cannot see everything. You might be an oversight. Maybe you missed the 20 mm or you missed the 16 mm. When they come, they might say, you missed this. Oh, sorry. And they tell you, okay, do it and we'll cut.
Okay, so now, let's just give an insight. What they are coming to check? Reinforcement. Installations.
Basically,
installation.
Yes, reinforcement installations.
The type of block you're using.
They don't come to check blocks.
Okay.
What they come to check is just reinforcements. Mostly structural reinforcement, maybe slabs or columns. Anything that has a structural element. Because they don't believe block work is structural, it's just partition. So what else? Columns, they'll come and check the columns, they'll check your reinforcement thickness, check if they're complying with the spacing of the rings, spacing of your bars, return of your bars, and check that. And the boss is okay, there's a sign. It's also a seamless thing. They come visit in the morning, spend like 2-3 hours with you like that. And it has really helped a lot of sites because some people I hate to say that you give some credit to some novice who don't do it well. When they come, they help you correct and say, dude, what you're doing is wrong. Do it this way, do it this way. From this drawing, this way, you're supposed to do it. And it's been helping people.
Fantastic. Okay, so now if you go to some locations, there are some locations you discover that when you look at the buildings there, it's either this is bending to this side, or this is tilting to the other side, or this is already falling, or this is sinking in. What do you think is the cause of this? Okay,
in most cases when you see buildings sink like that, it's because the area is marshy, maybe it's waterlogged or something. That's what they feel. And in most cases, it always boils down to professionalism when doing either the pile or the rafts. It's always like that. So sometimes you have 20 piles on the building. And that's why it's so good. Because
it will show
your depth of every pile.
And soil tests usually recommend the depth
for you. So sometimes if you are doing your piling and you don't stay and monitor and supervise your piling, so the guys can be lazy. When they
don't want to go that deep.
They do 7 meters out. It's hard to leave it, and the pile is saying 8 meters. That 1 meter is a room for the pile to settle, which means the building has to settle by 1 meter. And if it's on the left, the building will tilt 1 meter. That small laziness will cost you millions.
Okay, so that's why most times the architect will request to be on site the day the piling.
Let's sit down together. Tell me before you put the ring inside. Let's go look at it together. Measure. Let's see. How many rings have you put inside? 3 rings, that's 7.2, man. I'm sorry, add 1 more ring.
Okay, good. So now let's get to Lagos State Building Control Agency. You discover that most times they want to see the architect coming to do this registration, coming to bring this document, coming to submit this, submit that. Is there an instance they will request to see the structural engineer or the MEP consultant or even the project manager for the proposed project?
For submission of the drawings and for LabScan, right? Or LabScan for
both ends.
Funny enough, they don't require you to come yourself. You can send somebody as long as the person is bringing the right documents.
And provided the person can take in the questions and answer them.
And as long as the drawings are having the stamp of the person sticking his neck out for the drawings. It's my job, so I have to stamp and say, just submit for me, but this is the person signing and sealing. So for submission, it's not like everybody needs to be there now. But once they seal and see the stamp and see the name. Sometimes they even know themselves. Engineer, Kumula Fellowship, did this, and they'll say, oh, I know him. You just proceed with the job. So that's it.
So now, can you help us mentioned this agency is in charge of registration for building, proposed building, agency responsible for regulation, supervisory, when it comes to Lagos, because sometimes you don't even know where to go to.
I hope I will be able to translate their shots.
I know there's a building control agency.
Yes, yeah. So we have for approval, we always start with LASPA, which is Lagos State Physical Planning.
Okay.
Yeah. And their offices at
they're almost in every local government.
they have their local materials. I think they have their headquarters in
Alabama. Okay.
Then followed by LAPSCA, Lagos State Building Agency.
Okay.
Those two, they have some other headquarters around, but their HQ2s are also.
Okay.
Then followed by LIRS, which is key for tax.
Okay.
Because it's the Inland Revenue Tax Office. That's where you pay your tax. Then after the tax, you have Lagos State Material Testing.
Okay.
Those are people that come to collect your sample and test. Then you have Lagos State Safety Commission. Those are the ones that come. Then we also have, in some projects, you might also involve, what do they call again? This people that do adverts.
Okay, advertising agency. They
For
are
your, for your signage.
Okay, for your signage.
You might need to involve them as well.
Because of professional signage.
Because if it's going to be big, you have to tell them. You have to tell you where to put your head drop. You have to get certification for that too. Then you have to also get certification for construction. You have to get for LASMA.
Okay.
Sorry, LOMA.
LOMA. Okay. Because of disposals.
You're not expected to mess up every because you're constructing. You need to come and be picking up your debris and everything weekly. Your debts weekly. LOMA. I think basically that's about that.
Yeah, in the last project I supervised, there is one tree we needed to get down because we want to do
You want
to do a neighbor. And the contractor then was telling us, we can't do that.
You can't do that.
You can't do that. That you have to contact Lagos State Gardens and Park in order to put that
last park.
I don't know.
He is 100% complete. Lagos State is one of the states I know that don't have greens but cherish the little greens they have. You even pay for that kind of tree. I've heard people say that they will tell you, you're not killing it, we'll uproot and transplant somewhere because we don't have much. So the little we have, we want to keep it. Those trees you're cutting down like 50, 20, 25 years ago, we don't have them much in Lagos. So for you to cut a tree down in Lagos, you need to get permission. Okay,
so now what they did then was coming to approve that tree. We made some payments.
Of course, you have to
for them to do that. So they come to approve that tree. They say they are transplanting. So we pay for uprooting and transplanting.
Absolutely.
You get. I was asking, where are you going to transplant our tree? They said it's not.
They must leave. The tree must leave. There was a time Lagos State took it so far that they started tagging all trees in Lagos State. They were tagging and naming them with a barcode. So if you put your phone on barcode, you will see the details of the tree. That's how much they keep the greens in Lagos State.
So if you're a person that plants greens around your site, you'll cherish.
But of course, they'll tell you, they'll like you if you have set back and you have some green. Oh, they like, last back is so involved when it comes to greens.
Oh,
you want to cut tree in Lagos State. You want to go to jail.
All right, thank you so much for coming. You really gave insight into a lot of things that most people do not know about. When it comes to our industry, when it comes to our industry, how these things are done. But there is another thing we didn't mention: signage. When are you supposed to put your signage? Is it before mobilizing? Or is it after mobilizing? At what stage are you required to put signage showing the architect, showing the MEP, showing the structural engineers, and all? When are you supposed to place your signage in your site?
Yeah, your signage is part of the preliminaries in your POQ, if you recommend. So that simply means that before the project commence, when you're doing your site fence or site store, your signage should be erected. People should start if you know what is coming up there. Okay, well, it's adjusting to what is going to happen. So your signage is part of the preliminaries. It should have gone up while your staff preliminaries, your fencing, your stores are in place. So it should come in as early as possible. Yes,
so there's another project I supervised. In that project, they were talking about having a safety plan. It's part of the requirement of what we need to submit, and EIA of what we need
environmental
to submit.
impact assessment.
Okay, So what Why? Why
So-
should we submit that?
No, you have to. There are some projects that if I tell you now, I know that project is big.
Yes.
So it's a big project. So you need to have those reports, your safety and your EIA. Sometimes EIA is because when you're building, what is the effect of your building construction and the people around you? That's because the way you are building is developed. That's what happened, right?
Yeah.
So they need to know how you tend to
And how to impact
answer
people around.
Sometimes, even while doing some building, you need to do what we call TIA,
Okay.
which is a transport and impact analysis.
And
To know that, okay, are you sure where you're building?
especially when you're building a church.
So you know, how do you
The planning,
the
parking,
parking, you don't obstruct people coming to church, or so all those things are required. Once they notice the project and they study your vicinity, your surrounding, they begin to tell you to do your EIA, your safety, and your TIA. These things are required because it's not because they are there, it's because to make you even be safe and not injure people.
to even make the building
function, yeah.
Yes, fantastic. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're
If
welcome.
you're just joining, we are talking with architect Agbaje. The program you just watched now is still on Build Right. Yeah, our guest today is architect Agbaje. He has given us an insight into everything we need to know about construction requirements, what you need to present to Lagos State, what is required of you in terms of professional requirement, in terms of your supervisory requirement, in terms of your everything about construction. Has given us insights, and we have exposed a lot regarding the industry as it relates to Lagos State. So his architect Agbaje, he is the owner of A20 Archi Construct. They're into architectural design, construction fit out, and he's equally also the owner of Capricorn Wood Limited. They are into interior designs, they are into branding. Do you have any space you want to turn to heaven? You call on him. He's in every social media platform. He's on Twitter, he's in Facebook, he's in Instagram. You can follow him there. Then the program you just watched is on Build Right, Advocacy of Construction Institute. What we do, we are into construction consulting, construction training, construction research, construction development, construction advocacy, everything construction environmental management. But you can't be doing construction without understanding the environment and the terrain you are working. So my name is still QS, Mrs. Nze Nancy Uba. I am a member of Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyor. I'm a registered quantity surveyor. I am the CEO of Ayatida Projects Limited. I'm the CEO of Ayatida Procurement Limited. I am currently a lecturer with Bells University of Technology, Oba State, Nigeria. Thank you for joining us in today's show. We will still have more episodes in this program. Please continue to like, share, follow us on YouTube. And remember, keep doing construction the right way. Thank you.